Hi Scorpio, and welcome to your December predictions reading. In today's reading, we're going to be getting general predictions for the month of December. This is intended for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venuses, or those who have strong Scorpio placements in their chart. Now, to start your reading, I'm going to be shuffling 3 oracle cards, which will tell us the 3 main themes you can expect to experience in the month of December. I do have something else to add, actually. Usually we just do general readings, but last month I forgot to do the monthly love predictions readings, so we're going to add a little love predictions reading at the end of this reading, and then we're going to do a more in-depth love predictions reading in the middle of this month. So stay tuned for the last couple of minutes where we'll quickly channel some love messages. But let's have a look at what your main themes are for the month of December for Scorpio, please, Spirit. What are their main themes in the month of December with this deck? Thank you. We have Cornucopia coming out for you, Scorpio. Lovely. Let's get my second deck. What is the main theme from this deck for Scorpio in the month of December? We have Aquamarine in the reverse position. At the back of the deck, we have Chrysoprase. What else can you tell Scorpio? About their main themes in the month of December. We have 5 to 8 Hertz. Cute. Okay, so what are we looking at here? What are we looking at? At the back of the deck, we have Time in the reverse position. Okay. So when it comes to December, I feel like you're going to have separation from somebody that you really love and care about, which is actually going to help you realize like how much you care about them, how much you actually want a future with them. It does seem to be a off-putting sort of energy at first, something that makes you feel very unbalanced and very much kind of out of sorts. There is slightly a dependent energy here as well, and it feels like a lot of this has to do with an unresolved situation, or you kind of feeling like you don't know where things are headed and that you had a messy ending. December seems to be a month for trying to clarify feelings and also sort through some maybe unhelpful coping mechanisms like through addiction and dependent behavior. I do think that overall there's this strong feeling of trying to do something in December that you may have been putting off, and trying to not put things off, trying not to procrastinate too much either. Spirit, what can you tell Scorpio about Cornucopia? What is this Cornucopia theme for Scorpio? We have the 10 of Swords in the upright position. We have the 10 of Cups. What else can you tell Scorpio about this Cornucopia? Okay, we have the 5 of Wands. Okay, and at the back of the deck, I'm going to say it's the Sun, but we had so many cards at the back of the deck for a little bit there. So when it comes to Cornucopia, Cornucopia is an overall feeling of like having a fruitful harvest, of being able to reap the rewards of a situation that may have taken a long time or that you may have put effort into. I definitely see overindulgence for you in December. This is a common theme though, collectively, because it is the holiday season. Whether you celebrate the holidays or not, there's this over sort of consumption and indulgence of a lot of things. But I see also that Cornucopia is the theme of finding a light at the end of a tunnel. Some of you may have had a really difficult year and you're trying to find a way in December to distract yourself and end difficult cycles that you've been through. So when I say distract, it does feel like things could get chaotic if you accidentally bring too many people into this, especially with the 5 of Wands. It does look like you may be overcomplicating plans or decisions or situations by giving too many people a voice. But I also think with the 10 of Cups that your intentions are in the right place. I just think that for you, you're going to really be craving connection and this feeling of emotional abundance and fulfillment. So I feel like in December, anything that you're reaping or anything that you're getting to indulge in and enjoy has a lot to do with meaningful connections and a sense of like happiness that comes from those around you, feeling like you are loved and supported. You also seem to be trying to gain more success or more stability in existing connections, like with your family members, with your siblings, with your children, if you have any, very like meaningful connections with those who have been in your life for a while and who will continue to be in your life for a while. But this is where I see you trying to distract yourself, because the Ten of Swords is saying your happiness and your well-being is your priority, but it's like this because you've been through some stuff here. You felt the sting of oppressiveness here. Maybe your head is going to be kind of trying to lurch back down some negative pathways, and you're having to helpfully distract yourself here. The word betrayal comes to mind. For those who resonate, there is a feeling here of you having to end something because you felt betrayed by another person's actions, and you're using your other meaningful connections to helpfully distract you. Just be wary of how much you tell these other people though, because it does feel like that's where the complications begin with this Five of Wands energy. So Spirit, what is the advice for Scorpio with this cornucopia? We have the Father of Cups reversed. So the goal here is to focus on how you feel and to make sure that you are being honest about how you feel. I think with the Father of Cups reversed, there's a message here about healing and making sure that you're not relying on other people to try to heal you, but also making sure that with the Father of Cups, you're doing your best to try to focus on what is making these heavy and positive feelings kind of come out. Don't suppress anything. And I know that's easier said than done, because you want to suppress the bad or you want to kind of not focus on the bad, but I can see how you're manipulating your emotions here in a way where it will eventually catch up to you. So just make sure that you're not being too forceful with how you're feeling and how you think you're meant to feel, to ensure that you're not accidentally delaying the inevitable here in terms of a feeling that may need to simply be processed in a natural way. The other thing I can see here is don't let yourself get emotionally manipulated, Scorpio. Don't let other people make you feel guilty for your choices and for what you know within your heart was the right decision to make. Because I think other people may have the tendency to say, Scorpio, what are you doing? I thought you were going to come here for Christmas. And you're having to be like, no, I told you I was going to do this. I was going to spend the day with this person or with this family member. It feels like guilt tripping with the Father of Cups reversed as well. So being aware of that is your biggest advice, because when you know that, you can kind of call people out on that, and you can be more aware of how you react, because those people are just trying to use your sympathy, your kindness, your empathy against you. Let's move forward. We'll have a look at aquamarine now. Spirit, what is aquamarine about for Scorpio? What is this aquamarine energy about for Scorpio? We have the Ace of Pentacles in the upright position. What is this aquamarine energy about for Scorpio, Spirit? We have the Two of Pentacles reversed. What is this aquamarine energy about for Scorpio, Spirit? We have the Two of Swords upright. And at the back of the deck, we have the Seven of Wands. So I feel like this aquamarine theme has a lot to do with nurturing and being very specific about who you give your time, your energy, and your emotions to. It feels like you've got to make a decision in December that involves how you continue to give energy towards this area of your life. That could even be a job, a workplace that is emotionally draining. But it feels more like a parent dynamic, or someone who expects you to be responsible for how they feel and to constantly make them happy or pick them up when they're sad. It just feels like there's a lot of push here, and there is a strong feeling of get your priorities straight, Aquarius. That was a similar message for Aquarius. Get your priorities straight, Scorpio. This energy feels very selective emotionally. I only want to feed energy into this. I only want to put my emotions into this. I only want to make sure that I'm thinking about that. And the way that you do it is very selective, and I don't want to say that it's impulsive at all. It feels like you put a lot of thought into your actions, especially for the Seven of Wands to be here. It feels like you have to really assert yourself in this situation, and that you have to kind of have courage to stand up for what you want and what you want to claim, because there is an opportunity here. As you are selective with your energy, with your effort, with your time, you are being given an opportunity to cultivate something meaningful and to really work on it and to put energy into it. But as you do so, which could be a job, it could be a family connection though, it could be a job that is helpful for your family connection, or a family connection that is needing more effort before you take on a new role that could kind of take you out of where you are currently. It does feel like you need to be very aware of how much you're giving and how much you're taking and how much you're distracted and how much you are engaged, and ultimately where all of these little actions are headed to. I definitely feel like you've got some big decisions to make based off of where you think there are unresolved issues in your emotional fulfillment, Scorpio. And the main issue here seems to be there's something really special that you want to invest energy towards, but it may be at the expense of another situation that you're already engaged with. So what is the advice for Scorpio here? What is the advice for Scorpio in this situation? We have the Seven of Swords upright. Isn't that interesting as advice? We have the World reversed at the back of the deck. This is really interesting advice. Excuse me while I just get some water. The reason why this advice is so intriguing is because the World reverse is saying at the end of the day, if you continue to do the same thing, you're going to get the same results, and you're going to have to repeat the same lessons, and you're going to get stuck in the same cycles. And maybe in December, the universe is giving you a chance to finally break out of that cycle and to do things differently. I definitely see you getting stuck in a routine or in some sort of repetitive situation, and I feel like your advice is saying to switch it up and do something different. For the Seven of Swords to be here, there's an element here of needing to keep secrets or be evasive and potentially very careful about who you talk to and what you say. I do think that Spirit is saying to have your guard up when it comes to who may be watching you and who may be relying on you in a situation that is in your best interest. And they may be swaying you to choose what is best for them rather than what is best for you. So be aware of that. Be aware of how you may need to be very strategic and careful about who you share your plans with and who you keep in the conversation when it comes to this new opportunity here, because not everybody deserves to know what your next move is. So let's move forward. We're going to have a look at this 528 Hertz now, and that is the frequency of love, Scorpio. So that really did kind of make my heart swell a little bit. I want to see what this is about for you. A major theme in the month of December is love and tuning into love, spreading love, and maybe even just being more open about how you display love and affection to those you actually care about. It feels like it's time to kind of have some loving conversations or to show some people in December that you really care. But let's see what Tarot can tell us. What is this 528 Hertz card about for Scorpio? What is this 528 Hertz card about for Scorpio? Okay, we have the Ace of Cups reversed. Wow. What is this 528 Hertz card about for Scorpio, Spirit? Okay, we have the Queen of Swords reversed. What else can you tell us about this 528 Hertz card? We also have the Queen of Wands reversed, and we have the Page of Pentacles upright. There's a lot of themes over here. There's a lot of possible scenarios, so please bear with me while I sort through this energy. We have 3 court cards over here. So this is a messy situation in which a lot of people's feelings are involved. The back of the deck, we have the 6 of Wands reversed. So the frequency of love here is encouraging you to be compassionate, empathetic, and understanding of situations you find yourself in. When it comes to yourself or others feeling rejected, it feels like some of you may be rejecting people who once were really kind of close to you and reliant upon your energy. You guys may be pulling away and separating yourself from people who you find to be overly dependent of your energy. And it does feel like this rejection could get messy, because for some of you there is a gray area here in which you cannot completely cut these people out, and so they are still a part of your energy field. And on top of that, with the Six of Wands reversed, you may be feeling as though this whole situation is very much about you being private and trying to distance yourself from people in a public space, trying to make sure that people don't have so much public knowledge of you and aren't able to both validate and invalidate your sense of worth. It does feel like people's feelings are hurt from a place of pride and from a place of needing external validation and confidence through other people's opinions. But I also think with the Queen of Swords reversed, we may say things that really cut here, and people may be saying things that really cut here as well if we're not careful. The Page of Pentacles is talking about a new cycle in which you learn some helpful skills when navigating these challenging situations. It's also talking about, again, getting your priorities straight and feeding energy into new paths that are going to pay off in the long term. Long-term results, long-term commitment, long-term effort. This energy does feel like you needing to say no in order to accept new opportunities. So the love frequency is here because it's about being compassionate. It's about focusing on what is in your best interest through love and compassion for self, and then also diffusing any bitterness or spiteful communication by staying focused on what it is that you want from a loving place, making sure that you don't react from that same place that they seem to be acting from as well. So let's get some advice on this. What is the advice here for Scorpio when it comes to this theme? What is the advice for Scorpio when it comes to this theme? Okay. We have the Fool card reversed, and we also have the Mother of Swords. So that Mother of Swords is talking about being 3 steps ahead, like chess, getting a bird's eye point of view, and really thinking before you speak and before you act. That's when we accidentally do or say things that we regret. The Mother of Swords is talking about communication being withheld and just being more observant. I feel like your advice is to stand back and look at the bigger picture. I also think your advice is to be very smart about the situation, be very logical and intelligently connected to the outcome before you choose to speak or take action. Don't be impulsive, don't be reckless, especially with the Fool reverse. Don't make any foolish decisions, and make sure that you don't take any foolish action in the situation. This situation may have underestimated you, especially if you're dealing with other people. I feel like they've underestimated how aware you are and also how mature you are, taking you as someone who's naive. And I don't think this is something that serves your highest good for the 10 of Cups to be reversed. Spirits like, just focus back on your cornucopia and focus back on healing and getting into a space of love again. Love selectively towards people that actually matter to you. So that's what I'm seeing for you in general, Scorpio. Let's take a quick look at your love life now in the month of December. I was about to say September. All right, Spirit, what is happening for Scorpio in the month of December? What is happening for Scorpio in the month of... We have the Page of Cups upright. What's happening for Scorpio? We have the Knight of Pentacles, and the Star. I definitely see you healing a lot of issues from the past. There's definitely progress being made in your love life, but it is slow at this moment because we have a lot of issues that we need to work on and heal before we can be completely open to what the universe is offering us in the future. The goal here seems to be heal your past in your present or repeat those mistakes again in your future. And I think that there are people that you're trying trying to heal with. And then there's also a lot of healing that you're trying to do by yourself. So for your love life in December, the goal seems to be to keep things very fun with people who you're considering romantic interests, trying to just keep the energy lighthearted and fun. And then I see you doing a lot of soul cleansing, a lot of healing. The goal here is to kind of bring some things out of the shadows and process them so that we can keep on moving forward to a better, more successful outcome. But before we get there, with the Knight of Pentacles, we seem to have to take some very meaningful steps, and we seem to have to be very careful about what we're giving our energy to, our time to, and what we're planning. You do seem to be in planning mode when it comes to your love life in December, either setting plans for the long term, for the new year, or trying to work on yourself so that when love does come around, you are more ready and you feel like you've actually progressed rather than regressed. A lot of healing, a lot of reflection, and trying to kind of clear any past residual baggage so that you can remain optimistic and excited for what is coming in the future. So Scorpio, that's what I'm seeing for you when it comes to your December predictions reading. I hope this was helpful for you. I hope it did help paint a bigger picture of what you can expect in the month ahead. Do stay tuned for that love predictions reading in the middle of the month. If for whatever reason this reading did not resonate 100%, you could have messages in your other signs, so be sure to check those out. Otherwise, thank you so much for tuning in, Scorpio. I appreciate your energy, your time, and your support, and I hope to connect with you in another video. Bye!